shite get on the television?
Well, welcome to SnatchTalk. Oh, hello there. I'm the Velvet Snatch. It was an incredible night on Sunday at Rusty's Showbar in Newcastle for the semi-finals of Drag Idol 2024. After 4 weeks of the competition, the judges had whittled down the remaining contestants down to 7. However, the stakes were high, as only 4 would be able to make it through to the grand final at Boulevard and have a chance at the wonderful prize package and that £500 in cold hard cash. Oof. But what surprises were in store? Well, you'll just have to keep watching to find out. Now, FYI, because I wasn't in the audience this week, the footage you're seeing in this episode is taken from various sources. I had my wonderful friend Ryan McKindle filming for me, as well as partial filming from Mia T. Cleaver and Layla Sagittaria from the Under the Brolly podcast. So, if the footage seems different to normal, that's why. Sadly, we couldn't capture everything, so I'll be using footage from the official video of the night, which you can watch in the link in the description below. The night began with a pre-show from birthday girl and all-round wide-eyed lunatic Stacey Recht, getting the audience warmed up with a selection of live mic camp classics. After that, it was time for host Gladys Duffy, bedecked in a sequined orange pantsuit and looking slightly like a gay what's-it, to introduce our judges for the evening. First out, it was the sensational Plastiq, looking resplendent in a spicy little latex number, and she had this to say.
Plastiq, what would you like to say?
Not a lot, really, apparently. I'm all right. No, this keeps getting shorter, and I apologise if anyone sees my nunny tonight.
We can already see your nunny, never mind it here. I really like how you've kept on theme with it being St. Patrick's Day and you've just decided to be an absolute raving whore.
You best get used to these technical issues, as we've got a slew of them coming up. Next to step out was the guest judge for the night, me. Now, due to another technical issue, there was no music playing for me, so I've decided to fix it all myself. The challenge for this week was Prop and Live Week, and despite me looking like someone had put a shaved ferret into a Cadbury's wrapper, Gladys asked me about my own experience of Live Week in the competition.
It's Live Week, a very worrying week. Do you remember anything from your experience in the competition about Live Week working with a microphone?
Well, I think the idea is, as we can see, I haven't got any better at it since, but I think the frightening thing is this is so serendipitous that this is the 5-year anniversary of me being in the competition in the exact week and challenge that I went home. So I have no authority whatsoever to judge anyone this week.
Gladys graciously allowed me to go on and announce my big news, that this year I am a finalist in the annual Mixed Drag Great Britain pageant, alongside a host of incredible other queens, including the amazing B Campbell from this very competition. Now, a big part of the pageant is raising money for charity, so if you're a fan of this show and you would like to support me, please go to thevelvetsnatch.com/donate to give whatever you can towards my journey. Thanks for allowing me the little bit of vanity there. Next up was a judge who would be getting a lot of attention tonight, Penni T. And with it being Props and Live Week, she had some sage advice for the contestants.
3 minutes on a microphone doesn't sound like a long time. Chris Howe, by the way, is an absolute twat. So if they do their bit of stand-up and it only lasts for 2 minutes, he will make them stand on that fucking stage with nothing else to say for another minute. So I hope they're all prepared. The props number, yes, that can be quite hard, but tonight I'm mainly wanting to see what happens with the microphone in the hand.
And finally, in full St. Patrick's Day regalia, it was time for the Queen of the Isles herself. She's like the Northeast Enya, but with slightly less reverb, Miss Rory.
She is now officially a PCSD.
Slap me shamrock up, bitch.
Now, Unfortunately this year, I haven't been able to interview as many of the regular judges as I usually do, so I was very glad to be able to chat to our blonde bombshell of the night, Plastiq, about how Drag Idol 2024 was going. Oh, it's me again, the Velvet Snatch, and I'm here with one of our fantastic regular judges for your second year as a regular judge.
Second year.
Plastiq.
Hi, everyone. Are you going to do that voice all night? You'll be knackered.
I'm not going to be able to. Well, considering no one brings you drinks anymore.
No,
so
we are sat there. It's a barren landscape up there. Yeah, we're constantly thirsty. I'm going to be dying without a drink tonight in this slutty little look. Try my best.
I like how it's like you've got like minimal down here, but then maximal up here.
Yes,
so
well, you need aeration somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Are you excited?
I'm really, really nervous, but I was talking to Penni about like how I failed my live week the year I was in the competition because I overthought things too much. So I've been trying not to do that. I've been trying to be like, let's just be like as natural as possible, and if I don't say anything interesting, then that's just me, you know?
The thing is, I was thinking back today about my favourite lives over the last few years, and I think not necessarily my favourites, but the ones that always stand out are the ones where the girls play to their strengths.
Yeah.
So I think of like Cherry Bomb last year, who just did a dance class because she's a dance teacher.
Yeah.
Like, what a great idea. Mia T. Cleaver doing that game where she had the photos of the judges.
Yes.
Anyone that does something like that, I mean, even Octavia Dye back in 2016 did like Cards Against Humanity or something, didn't she? It was like, when you play to your strengths and don't try too hard, you end up having a better live experience.
I think that's it, because a lot of people come into the competition with a set of skills. It sounds like Taken, doesn't it? But come in with a set of skills and then they're just like, and they don't try to fit them into the challenges, whereas they should be taking the challenges and being like, how would I do this, rather than...
Yeah, I think drag is all about being a character, and it's how does Velvet, how does Plastiq approach this situation? And those are the queens that always do the best. You know, if you look, even this year, if you look at like Kingdom or Delta, it's how does my character fit this theme, and that's when people have really shone. So they need to do the same with their lives tonight.
And with their prop, like, how are you feeling about the props they've got?
Oh my God, I forgot about props. Fuck me. Right, props is always the worst. Again, thinking back to Mia T. Cleaver with that bike. Oh, it kills me every time. But like, it's again adaptability. It's how does your character do it? You know, if I was given a top hat, Plastiq would use it in a very different way that Velvet would use it. And we want to see who you are and how this prop fits into your world. I think that's what I want.
No, I think that's fine. But how are you feeling about the competition as a whole, though? Like, how, you know, this is your second year of judging. Like, how does this compare?
I think fun new venue, very nice. We've obviously had a change up in host. We've got the fabulous Gladys Stuffy now. I feel, I don't know, does it come across to you that we're just having fun this year?
Well, that last week, like I emphasised it on SnatchTalk, just how much fun everyone had, and I was like, has someone put something in the water? Have they actually given them drinks this year? Like,
no, we're just having a good time.
Yeah, the energy was
crazy.
Amazing.
But I just think we've had fun guest judges. We've had Jalonka, we've had Mother, we're about to have you, and it's like everyone's bringing something. We're all just having a laugh. Gladys is really fun. Rory's in good spirits. Penny's here, and we're just really enjoying ourselves, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think when you sort of like, when there's no one bad in the competition, when it's the idea of just being like, we're just here to watch some cool drag performances, that's amazing.
And I don't know if we're almost acting out, because we're trying to be entertaining as well, you know. We're part of the show, so it's we've got to give the audience a bit of something. But then again, it goes back to what we're saying, we're just doing what we do and being quite relaxed about it, and that's coming across on stage, you know. I think it's a really good year.
I think it's really good, and I think, you know, this is a really good venue for it. It's really, it's amazing.
Yeah, if you hadn't been to Rusty's Showbar yet, you need to be popping down. We're open every Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You've got the Rusty Showgirls every Friday and Saturday. It's amazing. Have you been in on a weekend?
I was going to come for Mr. Blobby, and then I was like, the cheeky girls are doing it. Oh
yeah.
No.
Fair enough.
No, I haven't managed to make it down yet because
it's to come.
Very busy at the minute.
But tell me about it. But yes, you have to come down. It's amazing. And you at home need to come down. And if you say my name on the door, nothing will happen, but I'll feel very popular.
No, brilliant. No, thank you so much for speaking to me, Plastiq.
I'm excited to be sat next to you all night.
Oh, I'm hoping I can get on my chair.
Swap sides, because this is how we're going to look for the rest of the evening. Good, that.
Yeah,
Suits
that's
us.
pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just
Thanks
trying to
for
keep
having
my.
me.
Yeah, see you.
Bye.
Now, after Gladys had handed out some lovely sweets brought to us by drag idol legend Jasmine Dick, it was time to get on with the show and our first performer, Reece Wetherspoon, with the prop of a traffic cone. Coming out bedecked in a dress in the colours of the asexual flag, our Persian virgin was prepared to do anything to stay in the competition.
Well, if the judges want me to show versatility, I'll lose my virginity in this performance. I have 3 minutes after all. If only I had someone or something to help me. I wonder what's under here.
Please welcome Dildo! Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Do I make you Wendy?
It led to hilarity, with Reece trying to put a condom on the cone and work out just how to tackle it.
Now what do? I can't go over it. I can't go under it.
I'm lost for words, Dildo. Another fantastic entry.
Deciding that maybe something smaller would be better.
That was far too big. If only there was a smaller one underneath this one. That's not small. That's average size. Maybe I just don't want to have sex at all.
My anaconda don't want none.
This led seamlessly into the live, where Reece took up a mic and in their own deadpan style proceeded to throw shade at former contestants.
Layla Sagittarius is here. Hi. She said that I say the same jokes every time I get on a mic. So today, Layla, I'm going to say something brand new. I think you're great.
The judges,
Penny T actually has a lot of hidden talents. I hope. Please stop hiding this.
and fellow contestants.
We have our contestants here as well. Anarchy. Anarchy, let's just say, is not known for keeping her hands to herself. But I loved your Dora performance. Can you say consent?
With Reece's typically awkward character, they were wonderfully able to walk that line between shocking and hilarious with relative ease, with the live ending in cheers of Reece from the audience. But what did the judges think? Well, Penni admitted that she'd been nervous for them, but that it was a great way to open the show, saying that she loved the deadpan style that Reece conveys, both on stage and in interviews, mentioning my episode of SnatchTalk last week where they just stood there staring, basically.
It's me again, the Velvet Snatch, and I'm here with...
Rory pointed out the evolution from when they'd entered last year to this moment, comparing the live to comedy greats like Jack D, describing it as absolutely wonderful, and the prop performance as brilliant and thinking outside the box. Well, outside her box at least. Plastiq loved that we'd gotten to learn more about Reece as a person and had shown a vulnerable side to themselves, simply describing the live as flawless. But what did Humpty Dumpty think?
Well done. That was... is this loud enough? Yeah. That was absolutely incredible. I can't find any fault with that whatsoever. That is exactly how you were meant to use your prop. You thought outside the box with it. You told a story about yourself this late on in the competition, which is amazing. And the live, I was worried for you live because I've seen you so many times and you always smash it. And I was like, is this the one crucial week where it doesn't land? And it absolutely did, and it was absolutely fantastic. Well done.
Next up, it was Lois, Carmen, Denominator with the prop of a fan. But before we got to see what she'd do with it, I caught up with her backstage to see how she was getting on after being in the bottom last week. Hello there, I'm the Velvet Snatch, and I'm here with one of our fantastic semi-finalists, Lois, Carmen, Denominator. Now, I can't believe that we've gone 5 weeks and I haven't interviewed you properly yet.
I know.
I'm sorry I made you wait so long.
Oh, it's fine, because the first 2 weeks I drove straight back to York, didn't I? And then the other 2 weeks I just got really pissed. So, we're here before the show, and it's good to be chatting to you.
I mean, that's crazy. How has the competition been for you so far?
Very up and down. It's been quite ironic, just like the fraction denominator. Some weeks I've been denominating, some weeks I've been numerating, but we're still here, so I'm very happy about that.
And you've been driving up and down from York every week?
Yes, absolutely.
That is insane.
Yeah. It's not too bad. It's about an hour and... Well, it's usually about an hour and 40, but with my driving, it's about an hour and 10 minutes, so,
So that's like getting home at 4 a.m. or something?
Yeah.
Bloody, that's dedication.
That is.
No, so now I want to ask you about this. This is Props and Live Week. A lot of people stumble with this, but you have a fair bit of experience with live, don't you?
Yeah, so I do my own shows with the Family Shambles down in York that we do every 2 weeks at least, sometimes some extra special ones that I host. So I'm really excited to get behind a microphone. So I haven't really done it yet throughout the competition. I haven't been to, so I can't wait to I can't speak. Show a different side to me, to the judges and everyone. So no, I'm really excited this week actually.
How do you feel about the challenges that we've had in the competition? Because a lot of the times contestants are like, here's my set of skills. I haven't really had the challenges to show them off.
Yeah.
Is that how you're feeling at the minute?
Yeah, definitely. I've been excited for Live Week, but then week 2 icon impersonations, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a really good one.
Yeah.
But I didn't do so well. But looking back at the critiques, I do understand why the number didn't have enough oomph to it. And then week 3, I hate musicals. I don't like musicals, famously, but I did really well.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice to go out my comfort zone, and I found when I've went out my comfort zone, I've thrived. So I'm doing that a little bit tonight with my prop and stuff. So, but keeping it to who I am. So I'm very excited.
I mean, speaking of which, how do you feel about the prop? Because obviously we were saying Sweet Boy's coffin was the booby prop, but then with this we're you have an industrial fan. Are you actually using the fan that you were given?
Of course. What would you expect from me? Of course.
I just love it, especially because in previous years they haven't given the contestants leeway to go you can change it for a different, better sized one. You've just gone, no, I'm going to use that one.
I want that one, yeah. 100%. And I couldn't be bothered bringing a fan from York in the car. The car's got enough shit in it. But no, so we're going to use that. It's going to be chaos, but hopefully the judges will like it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be very Lois, and with a few surprises along the way.
Yeah. No, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what you do. And it's wonderful having you in the competition, Lois.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for all you do for this fantastic competition. It's been amazing.
Thank you. Lois's performance utilised the fan to great effect. With a storm motif throughout, and Lois gratifying themselves upon it.
Oh fuck. Oh, blow right in there. I can see your cock.
Before a whirlwind reveal, and somehow managing to get their hair trapped in the fan. Which of course led to...
Where's your hair? Have you left them on the fucking DFGS ferry or something like that? You got no hair? Have you got alopecia?
It was a great double reveal, going on to Lady Gaga's song Hair and closing the storm motif with its raining men, throwing a flurry of pictures of the judges onto the stage, taking Plastiq's non-binary gender into account and not including them in the mix. The live was where things excelled though, with a masterclass from Lois, with jokes directed at the audience, shade thrown at Andrew Hoyle and the recent Club Kids pay disaster, and the all-important Penni nonce gag.
Now, I did hear through the grapevine, my darling, that your partner occasionally likes to go out dressed as a cat, so they're used to being groomed. Penni has made raise shockwaves in this competition, up and down those steps each week. And for that, I would like to publicly apologise to the people of Iceland for your volcanic eruptions you've been having. That's just her down the frozen food aisle. Sausage roll, sausage roll!
Even I wasn't safe.
During my performance, I kept thinking there was a second spotlight. It was just a reflection of fucking Velvet's head. So, Make-A-Wish has come to Newcastle. Here you go. Because it was like looking at Matt Lucas if he was on a diet. Exactly.
It was brilliantly done, but what did the Queen of Stand-Up herself have to say about it?
Lois, I didn't think that was your strongest number, but the reason why I was so stunned when you were talking to me with your live is because, my goodness me, fuck the mimey, keep the live. That was brutal as fuck. I loved it. Brilliant.
There's plenty more of that come from if you put me through to the final.
Well, hey, you never know. Yeah, like Donna said there, brilliant control of the microphone. Your technique was spot on. You knew what you were doing. I love with controversial subjects, right? There's no point labouring it, right? Now, everybody remember Heather Fetish from a few years ago. Absolutely wonderful queen. Stacey, of course, you know it's Heather Fetish. And in the final, right, Heather did the Madeleine McCann thing, right?
Infamous.
The infamous Madeleine McCann thing. And she had the picture of Madeleine. Who cares about her anymore? Let's talk about fucking Kate Middleton. Where's she? Is she in there? Are you there? But she did the thing and she had the picture of Madeleine and it was very uncomfortable. And I said at the time, with stuff like that, controversial stuff, you drop the bomb, you walk away, right? You don't labour the point. And that's exactly what you did there.
Plastiq also pointed out that the prop number was their weakest, but you could hear a pin drop during their hilarious live, describing it as flawless. Professor X suggested that the choice of wig for the number could have been better, but that they liked how it progressed overall.
Obviously, I'm really glad you took the bald cap off, because being bald isn't real drag. And I just...
You said it, not me!
Penni disagreed that the number was their worst, praising them for using the actual unwieldy prop that they'd been given, rather than a different kind of fan, and describing their live as one of the strongest they've ever had in the competition. Oof. With the prop of a pool cue, we had the return of Love Deluxe Erotica, striding onto the stage amid sound clips of how awful it is to live down south. Love Deluxe needed to escape.
There's just got to be more to life than this. I wish I could live in a place where I could actually do drag. A place where there are 33 individual Greg's locations. A place where I can get 2 shots for a £5, 4 for a £10. But does such a magical city even exist?
Newcastle Upon Tyne has been voted one of the friendliest places to live in the UK, with a thriving nightlife scene, 33 Greg's locations and shop deals.
Picking up her trusty bindle, another thing that we'd learned from the night, which was conveniently formed from a handkerchief and a pool cue, Love set off for Newcastle. Hitchhiking all the way. It was a great narrative, but perhaps not her punchiest performance. Taking up the mic for her live after catching her breath.
I'm fat and asthmatic, give me a minute.
Love gushed at the Northeast love of drag, throwing some shade at her fellow Bobby's Open Drag alumni. Stumbling slightly when she either forgot or reconsidered a dig towards Reece Wetherspoon.
Now Reece, I met Reece Wetherspoon, and what can I say about Reece isn't to a nose. Reece Wetherspoon, I've forgotten her jokes on D. Dixon's.
But managing to recover quickly.
Lyle Bell, if you don't remember who that is, that's fine. Now, Lyle Bell has gone on record saying she was the campest one in the competition. Camp like she's built like a fucking 4-man tent. She would...
got a family of 4 of our in for an holiday up in the Highlands.
Going on to describe the judges as the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
So here we have war, because that lisp is fucking destructive. Here we have pestilence, because you've got me sick in the fucking head to choose to do this on a Sunday. Famine. And like the look and smell of her. In about 2 to 3 days' time, death.
There were some absolute crackers in here after she'd recovered. Plastiq described the live as very chill and smooth, but that she was slightly let down by the prop not being used more. Chris House stunt double disagreed though, saying that she liked the unconventional use of it, asking whether it had been shoehorned into an existing number though, going on to praise the recovery of the live. Penni described the number as very safe, but had said that the unexpected cuntiness in the live had saved her. Finally, Rory mentioned how supportive Love's mum had been online, leading to Love pointing out that she was actually there in the audience tonight.
I did see a comment on, it might have been last week's competition on YouTube, and I think it was your mum had put a comment on and said how proud your mum was of you. Is your mum here?
Yeah.
Where's mum?
I want to quickly do something. All my life my mother's embarrassed me and I had one fucking chance to do it. Where's my mother? At the back there's a blonde woman stood by the Meet Me Under the Palm Tree babes. I want everybody to turn around and go, are you Verity?
Hello Verity! Let's go look at Verity. She put a lovely comment on, didn't she, saying how proud she was of you since you moved to Newcastle. I mean, I don't know anything about you. So that number was quite instructive, really, to say that you came to Newcastle and you found a good home here and you found good friends here who you've just systematically slagged off. And that is what friendship is. Look at my friend, look at my colleagues.
As Love left the stage, Gladys was keen to mention that she was the first contestant of the night not to try and fuck their prop. Next, it was Bella B Campbell with the prop of a tin of beans. Now, after being in the bottom last week following a litany of successes, could she turn it around this week? Well, coming out in a sandwich board to a parody version of Where Have You Been, it was going to be a camp all time with Bella's beans.
Where are my beans? Where are my beans? You're not high. These little beans taste like shine.
Going on to a very silly impression of famous comedy character Mr. Bean, complete with his teddy.
Teddy, are you ready? Pick up the phone.
And then onto another parody track.
Where the hell my beans? Where the hell my beans? Where the hell my beans? How am I supposed to eat?
Eventually finding her Heinz beans inside the conveniently placed microwave. Huzzah! The live was where it stumbled, however, with Bella coming out the gate with gags directed at the judges that only periodically seemed to land.
Miss Rory's here tonight. She won't stand for your applause, she might slip a disc. Now, Miss Rory said last week to me that I outshone the other queens on stage. I understand your pain. She also told us a few weeks ago that she's going up cakes and sweets for Lent. In my opinion, Penny, take a leaf out of her book.
There were some corkers in there, but the energy was off somehow, with Penny perhaps not being as receptive as usual.
Now listen, I'm not coming out here tonight to say you're old, you're fat, you're bald, and you're here. So where was I? Oh yeah, Penny, you're a nonce. Quick question, what does the T stand for? Try harder.
Maybe you should at the minute.
Musicals. Alright, I've got to crack on.
The jokes were good, but definitely the harshest of the night so far, and some pre-planned punchlines just being a little bit misjudged.
Velvet Snatch is here. Has everyone been watching the Snatch Talk? Yeah! Neither have I.
The judges were not kind, with Cynthia from TV's Rugrats pointing out how unfortunate a prop like Beans was to a PCSD like Bella, but that the performance was good even if the song sections overstayed their welcome, with them absolutely loving Plastiq's revulsion at the threat of Bella eating cold beans on stage. Going on to say that the live had some good jokes in it, but that the audience just didn't seem to be on their side. Penni was withering, saying that she loved the Mr. Bean impression and praising the effort that goes into the parody songs, but saying that some of the gags in the live maybe crossed the line and it just missed the mark. Rory, however, was sick of everyone saying that she was old.
I'm sick of you saying I'm old. I'm like literally not even the fucking oldest person sat here. Penni, how old? I'm a year younger than you. You're a year younger than me. Oh, sorry, it's just the whiteness. Velvet's older. Velvet's older.
I'm celebrating my 40th birthday in May. That's great.
It's not mine till next year. The problem here we're having, Bella, is you're confusing success with age. That's what's happening. Mind you, after that live, I don't think success is something that you're going to be walking forward to in much. Now you see, that's how you do it. Now, you drop the bomb in what way?
Going on to say that she strangely enjoyed it. Plastiq, however, had worked out what had gone wrong with the live.
Hello, B Campbell. I have been sat here listening to everyone, trying to work out what I think went wrong with the live. You might agree, you might not. I think if you'd started that live making jokes about yourself for a minute before you started on everyone else, the audience would have loved you. Because I think because you have the curse of being fucking gorgeous and flawless, when you come out and just start being catty, you look like a cunt. Whereas
I am.
Yeah, well, yeah. But like, we're all cunts, but we all take the piss out of ourselves as well. And I think had you done that, your live would have been one of the best lives of the night. Your number, very good. And like everyone said, well done for making your own tracks and everything like that. I just wish you had took the piss out yourself because you've done that all competition and then suddenly this week you are too pretty for it.
I'm not. Not in this fuck-ass bob, I'm not.
It was Kingdom next, with the prop of a condom that many had seen as a double-edged sword. Would they use it like they'd used them previously in the competition, or shy away from it and try something very different? It's fair to say that this performance was the true tragedy of the night, with Kingdom coming out dressed in a condom chainmail outfit, which was amazing by the way, with a full studio setup to perform some live music for us. But from the start it was fraught with technical issues.
Is this on? Anyone hear me? Yes, there we go. Right, ha. This is off though.
Just a minute. This would be difficult. I loved it.
When it got going, it was very good, but the nerves were catastrophic.
Last week, when they said it was prop and live week, I was glad because I thought I knew what to do. But then it was my turn to pull a prop out of a hat. I got a condom and I thought I was happy about that. But then I realised I've already used a condom 3 times in 4 weeks. And I had to do another trick with a condom. But I set the bar high because I've already pulled one out of my bum.
It ended with Pedro coming out onto the stage and handing out condoms to the judges, as required, before throwing them out into the audience. For the live, they started off with some off-the-cuff gags that landed really well.
Well, you've seen the condoms. So, are we having a good night? Oh my lord. I've decided to do something fucking stupid. It's a massive risk. I could do the normal, boring, obvious things of, you know, skanky, bald, fat, old.
before taking a big risk and trying to build a live looping track to some poetry that they'd written, and it just didn't go well.
Quiet? Can you hear it? Yeah. Can you hear me talk? Yeah. Okay, it's a poem. Because I'm an arsehole, I'm going to do a poem at Live Week. Did I tell you about that guy? Did you hear anything? Did I tell you about that guy?
Kingdom sadly panicked and stumbled, getting visibly frustrated as the time ticked away. The judges and audience cheered with encouragement, calling for Chris to give him extra time to do the poem.
I knew that wouldn't work. I don't know why I decided to do really complex technical things here. I wrote a poem, it was going to be looped, it was going to be awesome, I worked it was tight. Right, that's my 30 seconds, I guess I can't do anything.
No. Can we give him extra time?
This he got, and while Gladys suggested that he take the tablet with the words on it just in case, Kingdom was confident that he knew them all. He didn't, and he forgot them all over again.
He said he'd been up chilling, and God, I'm so naive. I thought he was watching movies, not dicked down by Ben and Steve. Because the party was just starting. Not that I would know. I thought, not that I would know. This is a very complex poem. Not that I would know. My new friend is greedy.
I feel so bad for Kingdom here. All the pieces here were phenomenal, but we didn't get to see the full picture properly. The prevailing sentiment from the judges was frustration that they didn't get to see what they were supposed to see, and that they weren't sure how to judge half a performance based purely upon the intent of the performer. Rory commended them for taking a risk and said that the outfit and gist of the performance was wonderful. The live guitar section was one of Plastiq's favourite things in Drag Idol of recent years, appreciating the risk and saying that had it gone correctly, we would have been talking about it for years to come. Finally, Right Said Fred's slightly less xenophobic cousin reiterated what the other judges had said, asking Kingdom whether their music was available to listen to online so that we could all appreciate what they'd wanted to bring. Hopefully we'll get to see more of them soon. Bipty P was supposed to be up next with the prop of a pot. However, when they hit the stage it was to the wrong track playing, leading to the judges having to fill in some time while Chris sorted things out.
Just spin around, I'm in a flat spin around. And that's how St. Patrick chased the snakes out of Ireland, everybody.
Bipty came back again, but it was still the wrong track. What else was there to do but sing?
Right, okay, that's it. So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing to you. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or dance? What are we? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. Oh, it's like the old people at the wall when they used to sing "There'll always be in England and we'll again." Look at us with the Blitz spirits tonight.
I think we've just guaranteed our spots in the final.
Yeah, fuck it. Sorry, Velvet.
I had a chance.
What a lie.
In the end, the judges decided to have a short break while Chris sorted things out. Third time lucky, Bipty got back to the stage and it was showtime at last, starting off with a Candyman theme and then following a trail of sweets to the honey pot at the end of the runway.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
But a sinister and oddly familiar figure was lurking in the background.
Ooh, what's this? Candy?
Now, I've had to switch to the official footage for this bit here because Layla Sagittaria, with the spatial awareness of a grenade, decided to stand in front of my cameraman. However, this section was my favourite part of the whole night.
Gotcha, bitch!
Ah! Oh my gosh, help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Wait a minute! Who are you?
Penny T!
You look fucking stunning. You look like a very, very young queen. How old are you?
I've just turned 14.
Oh my god.
You are right up my street. You are right up my street.
I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love with
The fat, sweaty nonsense.
I'm in love with
Absolute grooming nonce. Hang on. Chris, cut the track. Can I just say, I'm mainly looking for somebody 10 years old.
My birthday's whenever you want it to be.
I don't care. Done. Ta-ra. Fucking go home.
Come back! Come back!
The live continued the Penny obsession, with Bipty throwing a belated birthday party for her, complete with customised party hats and decorations, and of course, party games.
So it wouldn't be a birthday party without a party game, would it? So let's play Simon Says, but we'll change Simon to Bipty, okay? So Bipty Says, give me a loud cheer, everyone. Okay, let's see if the judges understand. Okay. Judges. Bipty says, put one hand in the air. Bipty says, put your hand on your wig. Velvet's out. Bipty says, put another hand in the air. Okay, look like you don't want to be here. I didn't say Bipty says, Miss Roy. I didn't say Bipty says. Yeah.
Getting Penny to give us another twerk and winning this game of Bipty Says. Going on to present her with her birthday present of a bath bomb of sorts.
Why am I scared? Only got 30 seconds, come on. Remember, it's a one-time use, okay? And don't use it all at once. I hope you like it, Penny. I hope you like it.
It earned Bipty the first full standing ovation of the night. Rory described it as creative to the max, comparing it to the wonderful Stacey wrecked bride routine from a previous year, pointing out that the party hats were deliberately misspelled to say penis birthday party. Praising the attention to detail, it was the number of the night according to Plastiq, and she had a game of her own to play.
I'm going to take a leaf out of your book and do a little Simon Says, because all I can really say is, Plastiq says, start getting ready for the final, bitch.
The tennis ball with too many lines on it also celebrated how much effort had gone into the props, joking how Bipty never seems to question whether they've done too much, stating that they were the contestant that she was never worried about. Although I should have mentioned just how perfectly edited the whole track was. Finally, what did the lady herself have to say?
So earlier on, I actually said backstage to Bipty when I saw Dixon wearing that mask of me, I was like, I don't know if you actually hate me or really like me. She was like, no, I do. I really like you. And do you know what, Bipty? I don't just like you. I fucking love you. You are the only competitor so far in this competition to not receive any bad critique yet. You are the only one. You're a star. That killed me. Again, it was jokes that could have been taken offensively, and I was screaming, laughing, Bipty, because you did it so fucking well. You are the one to watch.
With Bipty leaving the stage with a celebratory helicopter, but coming back to give out some of the sweaties from their pot, it was time for our final contestant of the night, Sweet Boy. But before they showed us what they do with their prop of a sit-in coffin, I caught them backstage to see how everything was going for them.
Hello there, I'm here with the delicious, delectable Sweet Boy. Now, how are you feeling about the competition? How are you feeling about tonight?
I'm feeling excited. I'm really excited to do my number. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to it. I am nervous. It's my first time doing live.
Yeah.
I got a coffin, which is a great prop, so I've got a good crutch, I've got a good prop, but yeah, the live element I am a little bit nervous about, but I really like my kind of idea, my concept for it, so I'm looking forward to it.
I think that's it. I think with a live, just be relaxed. You know,
Yeah.
like don't try to force it, and you just roll with the punches. I think.
Exactly. It's one of those things like where no matter what happens, because there's no music, because there's no live, anything, I can just say what I want. So if I forget my lines, I'll say something.
Yeah.
I will get through the 3 minutes. I don't know what I'm going to say, but we'll find out.
That's exactly it. But you know, best of luck to you. But
Thank you.
How have you felt about the competition so far? Because obviously, like I was saying to Lois, this is the first time I've got to interview you properly in this whole competition.
Yeah, I've done a little group interview, but yeah, this is a proper interview. So the competition's been great. I only performed like 3 times before I came on to Drag Idol Week 1. So I was a bit worried that I wasn't going to be like up to the same level as everyone else, but I've somehow made it to the semi-finals. So I'm really, really proud of myself, and I feel like I've grown so much as a performer already. Like, it's actually mind-blowing. I'm like, I look back at my week 1 performance, and I'm like, the way I would do that now is already infinitely different. So
this is what I do is I say to everyone, you have to enter Drag Idol. It doesn't matter how confident you are as a performer, enter Drag Idol, because the idea of having a challenge a week to do that forces you out of your comfort zone and goes, oh, I have to do a team challenge. What the fuck is that? Oh, I have to do a prop with a coffin. How do I do that? And it strengthens you as a performer. And even if you don't need that skill later, you just go, I can do that. Great, you know.
And that's the thing. It had, like, don't get me wrong, it has been so much work and I've been so stressed every week, but it is also the most gratifying experience. The absolute high I get every Sunday after coming off stage, even when I didn't get great critiques, like that feeling of like having done a new number and being really proud of it, and you did the challenge, and so far I've gotten through every week, so I've been like really proud of myself. But like it is such a like satisfying and gratifying like experience, and I would encourage absolutely everyone to do it. Like I'm going to be here every year now, and I cannot wait to just judge every single other person on that stage and not having to worry about myself.
Well, that's the joy. You get to call yourself alumni now, and you're like, hey, I was in this competition, and
That's the thing. Like, my partner is from Newcastle, and he's been going to Drag Idol for years and years and years. I can't even count, but years and years. And he's been going on, like, we've been together a few years now, and he's been going on about it for years. And I've been watching it on YouTube for the past 2 years. And I was such a big fan of the show. I was like, this is like everything I've wanted. It's not like overly produced like Drag Race, but it's also not like just some like random little competition. It's like big and it's important. It's like really well-respected queens and kings and everything. But it's like a really well-respected judges panel. It's a really well-respected competition that is watched worldwide. So it's like,
which
honestly,
crazy,
it's such an honor to be here in the first place, let alone making it to the semi-finals, hopefully the finals. I want to be on that Boulevard stage. But yeah, I'm here and I'm really like excited and honored. Like it's such a pleasure.
I think it's this thing where you know, all of the queens are spoken very highly of, but you are very much like, a lot of people are like, oh, I love Sweet Boy. Like it's, and you know, and I think there's something sweet. But I think there's something wonderful about that when you're saying that you only performed like a couple of times before this. It's, you know.
So that's the thing. Like before going into this competition, because I moved here in September, and then I done like one performance at Bobby's Open Drag Night, and then like a couple other things, but I hadn't really like I'd like seen a lot of the drag queens, but they didn't know who I was. And I knew that going into this, most people weren't going to know who I was. So I was a bit worried that like, I don't know, I would be kind of brushed aside because they don't know me. But that has not been the case at all. It has been completely down to like exactly how I've done in the performance and compared to like the challenge and all this. And it's been going well so far. So I haven't had a best in show yet. That's my problem. I was in the top the first week. I got a golden buzzer from Miss Rory, which I was so honored about. But week 2, week 3, week 4, not been in the top, not been sent home. I had to lip sync last week. That was crazy. Absolutely hate lip syncing. I didn't like the song.
You did a great job with it.
Didn't get much time. Thank you. I was like, it was kind of just a blur in the moment. Like I hadn't planned for it. I listened to the song a few times, but I didn't know most of the words. I didn't know what I was going to do for it. I didn't have no like little stunts or anything. I was like, I'll just get through it.
I think you were kind of saved by Delta just being insane. Like, you know, the idea of just being like, okay, because I spent most of my time being like, what is Delta doing? Sweet Boy's doing well, but why is Delta, you know?
I honestly respect her for that so much because she stayed so true to her character. She was like, I am a businesswoman. I do not lip sync. I take phone calls. So I took a phone call. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. They didn't like it, but I loved it. Like,
yeah, but that's it. I thought it was iconic. You know, an iconic way to go. But no,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for speaking to me, sweet boy.
Yeah, thank you so much for interviewing me. I've been waiting to be asked. Like, it took long enough.
I am incredibly rude and incredibly sorry.
But anyway, good luck tonight as well. As a guest judge on Drag Idol. Like, it's been a long time coming, but you're here.
It's scary. Let's see how I do. But no,
you'll be great.
Good luck tonight, sweet boy.
Thank you very much.
I honestly wasn't ready for this performance, as foolishly I had expected not to be a target myself, but as the curtains parted, Sweet Boy came out to the song I Want to Be Evil by Eartha Kitt, pitted cleverly throughout with sound bites from the show.
I've posed for pictures with
Hayden B Photography.
I've petted stray dogs and shied clear of
Plastiq.
My smile is brilliant. My glance is tender. But I'm noted most for my unspoiled gender.
Close your legs, love.
I wanna be evil and cheat at
Drag Idol!
Before deciding that what they really wanted to do was, well, murder me, getting me up and hatching their evil plan.
I wanna be daring. I wanna shoot
Velvet Snatch!
And in the theater I want to change my seat just so I can step on everybody's feet. I wanna be evil. I wanna hurt.
The Velvet Snatch, who does SnatchTalk. I will murder you. Thank you.
I wanna sing songs like the guy who cries.
Now, I giggled a bit too much about this watching it back, as I held that pose desperately trying not to spoil Sweet Boy's number, and my face.
Status update, like, totally dead.
With me out the way though, it was time for Sweet Boy to take over with the reveal of the night and her new show, Sweet Talk.
Showbar. Is that on? Oh, there we go. Good evening, Rusty Showbar. Can we have a great welcome for Sweet Talk? When I say sweet, you say talk. Sweet talk. Sweet talk. Sweet talk.
Going on to rib each of the judges in turn, raising the awkward subject of previous host Ophelia Balls with Gladys.
We can all agree she's been a great host this season. Poor Ophelia B. Who are you going to put in the coffin next, Gladys?
Accusing Plastiq of having plastic surgery and not having a clue who I was.
Next up we have our guest judge of the week, Mother Tucker?
No, she's got gigs.
Yeah, she's way too popular. Latrine Lurker? No, she's way too funny. Thrifty Queen. She looks way better. Honestly, I don't have a clue.
The jokes were a touch mean-spirited, but somehow these landed much better, and the audience was more on board than they had been during Bella's live earlier. Gladys loved the reveal and the impersonation of me, going first to ask what Mr. Potato Head with half the pieces missing thought of being murdered.
I'm so happy because I was tired of living anyway. I just want to stand up with you just so we can see this comparison. I literally interviewed you earlier and didn't get that that was what the makeup was. And I feel like such an idiot.
They can't reveal the secret early on.
Did you ask if Velvet was doing purple tonight?
Oh, I saw them the other day and I found out. And
Yeah. Fabulous. We're very clever.
I was like, well, my coffin happens to be purple as well. You match perfectly.
With me going on to say that some of the jokes didn't land and there were possibly too many sound clips throughout the initial performance. Penny disagreed though.
I want to say to Sweet Boy.
So I do need to kind of disagree a little bit there with you. I forgot your name.
Mother Tucker.
But the reason I disagree, I think, yes, some of the jokes didn't land, but I don't think they were too offensive. I don't think anything there was too offensive. I love the song I Want to Be Eve. I love that song. So when you started doing it, that got me really excited. And I didn't mind the little ad-libs and stuff you put in. Was it an outstanding number? No. Was it a safe number? Yes. But it certainly was not a bad week, and I can't believe that I didn't click on either when I saw you earlier on with the makeup and everything that you were going to be doing, Velvet. Like, I didn't click onto that at all.
Rory described it as very clever and intuitive and disagreed with Penni, saying that their performance was great and an absolute fucking winner. Plastiq was the true champion for Sweet Boy, however, disagreeing with everything said and gushing over the performance and the live.
Well, Sweet Boy, I think I must have been watching something different to Penni and Velvet because they're full of shit. I think it was absolutely fucking brilliant. I don't think it was a safe number. I think it was a great number. I don't think there was too many ad-libs. I think it was perfect. I don't think that any of your live was too cutting or too harsh. I think it was perfectly executed from the moment you stepped on stage to now. It's been a very long time since we've had someone's live be so integrally integrated with their performance, and you've done a full through line. You didn't come on stage tonight and go, I've got 3 minutes of this and I've got 3 minutes of that. You came on stage and went, I've got 6 minutes and I'm going to put together one hell of a fucking story. And that you did, Sweet Boy.
Now, I'm sorry to show so much of the critiques there, but I really liked how much we agreed and disagreed with one another, and how succinct some of the feedback was for Sweet Boy. With that, it was the end of the performances, and it was up to myself and the regular judges to deliberate. So, we're heading deeply into spoiler territory here, so if you don't want to know who goes home and who goes to the grand final at Boulevard, please like, comment, share and subscribe, and put your fingers in your ears and turn away like the Prime Minister dealing with the strangulation of the NHS. Now, I won't go into too much about what happened backstage, but this was tough. I'd personally hoped for a really easy week where there were 3 contestants that were terrible and the final 4 would be clear. That is not what we got this week, and between the 5 of us, we spent far longer than is usual working out who would be leaving the show. All things were considered, from their performances throughout the competition, their execution of the live tonight, their attitude and their intention of their performances, what we thought we could expect from them in the final, even calling on Chris Howe to see if we could change the rules of the competition. In the end, we made our decision, and the remaining 7 contestants were brought back to the stage. It was up to Gladys to announce who would be making it through to the final at Boulevard.
Myself and our gorgeous judges have deliberated, and we have made some decisions. What the fuck was that? Is that you? We have made some decisions. Da, da, da. She's a live queen now, as well as a choreographer.
The contestants going through would be Sweet Boy, Bipty P.
Please stop giving the judges sweets, it looks like bribery.
Who also took home Best in Show, Lois, Carmen, Denominator, and with only 4 performers left standing on the stage, the final contestant making it through was Reece Wetherspoon, meaning that B Campbell, Love Deluxe Erotica and Kingdom would not be making it through despite their incredible contributions to the competition. Their socials are linked in the description below though, so please follow them to see what they do next. Before the night was over, I got to have a nice long chat with the biggest shock of the evening. After such an amazing run in the competition, I caught up with the sensational B Campbell to find out what was next for them.
And yes, I'm here with the biggest shock of the night, B Campbell. Now, after that shock announcement, how are you feeling?
I'm alright. Gutted, understandably, because I was really excited to do what I had planned for the final. And now I need to find somewhere that's going to have me for 10 minutes on the stage for me to be able to do that with a screen. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm just a bit in shock, I think. Yeah. I think it'll catch up to me in a day or two. But so I'm just a bit
But I would say though, like, you know, with a performer as talented as you, because I was telling you earlier, like, how incredibly threatened I feel by you, because you have everything. You have all of the gifts, and I just think you are an absolutely wonderful performer. And I don't doubt that there's going to be another big stage with a screen that you can use that 10-minute number on, and hopefully a whole bloody show, you know?
Yeah, I hope so. I really do. I really, really do hope so. And I hope you'll be there to watch.
Oh, hopefully. I'll probably be there doing press, or be interviewing again.
You'll be in the press, and then I'll be like, right, you've got to go. You're going to be in the number with me.
But no, like, we've seen so much from you through this competition, like the diversity in terms of like you being able to do voices, you being able to do singing, you being able to sort of work your own tracks, because, you know, it's not as easy as just singing over a backing track and doing that. There's mixing involved, you know, like, how do you get all these gifts? Like, in terms of recording and stuff.
Do you know, honestly, it's like, I'm really glad that over the weeks, like, the judges have said about how clever I am and how much time and work and effort I've put in. Because outside of doing drag, I work like a 45-hour-a-week job as well. I've got 2 dogs at home that I love very much and look after. Find time to see friends, family, all that jazz. And then obviously when this competition came around, that's kind of, minus work, but all being put on the back burner. And I'm glad that it paid off the way it has. Obviously not tonight, but in the past, I'm really glad that it's paid off in the sense of my main goal for coming here was obviously to win. So that one's out the door. But my second one was to subvert people's expectations of what they see when they look at me, which is always, and I think we kind of have Drag Race to not blame, but to give the answer for it in the sense of that girls who look pretty or girls who dress nice and drag, like, can just dance and that's all they do. And I know, although as we've spoken about, I love to perform like that. I love to be sexy. I love to be dancey because that's what I do. But getting to show all these different aspects of my drag and show people that I'm not just a girl who looks nice in a wig and a dress has been like the best thing I could have asked for.
No, I think that's it. I think the fact of, you know, being like, I prefer to do this, but I can do everything else. Like, we have seen all those sides of you. Like, you know, the Gypsy Rose Blanchard is absolute genius. It is still one of the most hilarious things. The Hairspray is absolutely amazing. Like, these self-made, self-written lyrics. And it's the idea of, like, we haven't seen the last of you. Like, you are absolutely incredible, and you are an absolute force to be reckoned with. Now, do you want to tell us a bit about your mixed drag? I still don't know how you pronounce it, MX drag or mixed drag?
I say MX just because...
I thought it was, and then someone was like, oh, it's like a title, and I'm like...
You can either say, like, well, yeah, because it's obviously, like, the non-gendered version of Mr. or Mrs., isn't it? But
it took me a year to get that.
People do say MX, and, like, Stuart says MX to me, so I'm like, well, he's the director, the CEO, so we'll go with that one. But yeah, I've got some really exciting stuff planned ahead for that. I'm looking forward to get together with everyone again for press day. You're going to have the whale of a time. Obviously, for anyone that doesn't know, I did it last year. And that was where we first met, actually, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And yeah, it's just such an amazing experience, and I'm so looking forward to getting to do it again. And with the extra year of experience that I've had, I'm just really excited to get to show everyone again that although likes on an Instagram picture do you very well in that competition for the audience.
I'm shocked at this.
Yeah, but that people will get to see that outside of just looking stunning.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think they like the house in the background of mine. It's not me. They're just like, what a lovely house.
What a lovely glove with a house in the background.
Oh, I love gloves,
Whose
mate.
manner is that in the background there?
If only there wasn't that bold tramp in front of it.
No, Mother wasn't there. She wasn't there. But yeah, I'm just really excited to get to do it all over again, and looking forward to it even more, getting to do it with you, because I feel like over the last year, we've built a lovely relationship. 9 times out of 10 it is you with a microphone at my mouth. So me talking, I'll go for that all day, every day, but the constant encouragement and support you showed, not just like throughout the competition last year, but afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to be able to give you exactly that same thing again, like this year.
I don't get it. I was saying to Stu, like, okay, so when it's the press day for mixed drag, then what I'll do is you can interview me, and then I'll interview all the other mixed drag contestants. And he's like, no.
Too much going on. Honestly, best case scenario would be that you'd be able to get to do that, but it is non-stop. It's like, in the words of Lady Gaga, it's like club, another club, another club. It's like interview, photographs, choreography, this, that, this. The amount of walking around we had to do last year in heels in the rain with no brollies to our name.
And it's not easy. It's like literally that's they're like, let's take all the photos at the top.
At the top of the gardens, at the top of the fountain. At that point, I was really contemplating just jumping down into the fountain and just following the water flow all the way down.
This is my beachwear look. Oh.
Yeah, wet hair and call it a day. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that again this year because I had a lovely experience last year. And it's not even just the press day and the actual day, it's the run-up, like all of the charity work that you get to do and the people you meet outside of the contestants, like me and Joanne from CCF, besties. But yeah, it's just fab, and I'm so excited for it again this year. I'm so excited.
No. And where can people find you, Bella? What's the next thing on the agenda aside from mixed drag?
Oh, so I do have Middlesbrough Pride drag brunch next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday. I've got a few things coming up in April, so keep an eye on my social media at B Campbell. Ding. But yeah, I mean, Betty Thunderthighs has asked me to come and see their brunch with a few of my friends to look at possibly joining their cast. But yeah, so I've had great things come from this already, so I'm hoping that great things continue to come from it.
Yeah. No. Thank you so much, Bella B. Campbell, and yeah, good luck in mixed drag.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you as well.
And finally, as the two most attacked queens of the night, I got to speak to Judge Penni T, who had followed Sweet Boy's example and switched up their makeup slightly.
Hi, it's me, the Velvet Snatch. Or depending what I'm doing at the time, oh girl. Just saying, I'll fill in for next year's RuPaul DragCon.
This is absolutely incredible. I love that you've done this for me. It's freaky.
We had to do it because every week you took the time to do these amazing Snatch Talks, and if you are watching, you know how incredible they are. And I thought, you've interviewed everyone that's been a guest judge, and tonight it was you. So why shouldn't we be interviewing Velvet? And I didn't know what to do. I was going to bring a blonde wig and be like all candy, like, yeah, so like, yeah, you know. But then I was like,
God.
Oh my God, oh my God, you are like, well, good tonight. I fucking hate myself.
Oh my God. I love that in one night I've been like parodied twice. I quite love this.
Yeah. I love that I'm currently looking like some sort of gay Hitler. It's like the producers in the hail myself, hail to me.
Oh my God. I love it.
Oh, bless Chernobyl.
So how do you feel tonight went?
Hang on. So how do you feel tonight went?
I think it was great, except for that egg in the judging seat was a bit boring. But no, I thought that this was incredible. Like, you know, no one really faltered. Like, we had Kingdom where it was horrible technical issues and stuff, and we really feel for him because all of us were like, hey, give him all the time in the world. Let's just give 10 minutes, get him set up and stuff. But the show must go on. And obviously Bella B. Campbell is a massive loss to the competition. But that was not the best of the night, and you've got to think of it in terms of, like, you've got to think about it in terms of what they did on the night and what they've done throughout the competition. And she won 2 weeks, but then she had 2 weak weeks. So
yeah, exactly. And I think anyone that does watch this back this week will see why, because there were absolute arguments backstage with the judges. Like Victor and Chris, we were, honest to God, how knives and stuff didn't get involved, I don't know. But they'll see why we actually argued, because all of them are so good. They are all so good in their own way, and they all bring something different. And take this back, I can't fucking do that. But yeah, it's just, I think it's a shame that we've lost the three that we have lost, because I feel like with Love, I've seen an absolute growth throughout the competition. With Kingdom was one of the ones I had in my top 4 for the final. I haven't got my list with me, I'll be honest. The top 4 that I actually had for the final were Bipty, Lois, Bella and Kingdom. They were actually my top 4, so I've got 2 of them, I'm halfway there. But yeah, Love has evolved so much in the competition. Kingdom has been phenomenal. It was just a shame with what happened this week, and it pissed me off so much because I know that was going to be brilliant. And then Bella's been a force since the beginning. And, you know, all three of them have got careers. Yeah. They've all got careers and they're all amazing. They really are.
I think there was no one performing this week who isn't amazing. Like, I think it's like the prestige of getting to the final needs to be extended to the semi-finals this year because of how strong everyone is. Everyone that got to the semi-finals this year is an absolute fucking star, in my opinion.
And you know, I'm going to pick on you here a little bit, Velvet, because you went home 2019 on props and live week. So I feel like all these performers need to do is look at what you're doing now. You know, not just with SnatchTalk, but the whole girl and doing all these interviews with so many RuPaul people, and then not even just that, all the rugby and all of that kind of stuff you're doing. Like,
well, Candy did that this year, not me. You know.
That's because Candy's the one that's a slut. Rugby boys, yeah, let's take the tops off. But no, I feel like in this competition, there's people that haven't won it, but are doing phenomenal, like yourself, like Plastiq. You know, Plastiq entered twice, didn't win, but is a fucking force of a queen. I absolutely adore Plastiq, and now she judges it.
Yeah. And thinking about it, the amount of people that I did with my Snatch Talk for All Stars, All Winners, how many winners aren't doing drag anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
And yet other people from their years are still in the business and still doing great. So
you know, it's just about trying hard and working hard and putting yourself out there. And you know, I get 6 weeks a year where I get to actually do drag because this is the only thing I really do. Like, that's a joke. Catching your sapphires most fucking days because I'm the best one. I remember Liar in her audition tape saying, I just want to prove that I'm the best one in the Northeast.
that didn't work out that way, you know, as planned. But no, so what are you expecting from the contestants in the final?
I'm expecting... do you know what? I'm expecting diversity because that's exactly what we've got. God knows what Reece is going to do. Fuck knows. Bipty, it is going to be a huge production. It's going to be funny. Lois, I feel like tonight we saw very strong Lois with her live, and I hope she kind of incorporates a little bit of that because she hasn't really got to show that actually she's a funny queen. Her jokes were offensive, but they didn't cross a mark. Didn't cross a mark. And who am I saying? And Sweet Boy, again, have no idea what we're going to expect. And have we had anyone in a final like Sweet Boy before?
I don't think we have. I was going to say like Latrine Lurker was that kind of thing, but I don't even think so. I think Sweet Boy is something that we haven't... Sweet Boy and Kingdom are both people that we haven't seen in this competition before, and I'm excited to have them in the final.
No, absolutely. And I think tonight, they absolutely showed why they deserve to be in the final, because if I'm being honest, I feel like in my head at the minute, were they going to the final? No, I didn't feel like they were. Then I watched the performance and I was like, actually, this is a performer that's going to end up on that Boulevard stage. And again, it's people, when I have my thoughts, giving me the middle finger and saying, no, I'm going to prove you wrong. And that's what I want you to do every fucking week. Do it!
No, wonderful. Thank you so much for speaking to me. Penny Snatch?
Penny Gash. Until next time, take care, good night. I've been the Velvet Snatch, more like a Hitler, and now I'm going for a McDonald's, which is that way. Bye!
And that's your lot. Thank you so much for tuning in and putting up with so much of me in one episode. It was an amazing experience getting to be a guest judge of Newcastle Drag Idol, and I hope I did the other judges proud. All that's left is for me to mention my campaign for Mixed Drag Great Britain and ask you to support myself and the other finalists like Bella if you would like to donate to any of our causes. My causes are the Charlie and Carter Foundation, helping the parents of children with chronic or terminal illnesses, and Pride Action North, helping all aspects of the LGBT+ community here in the Northeast. Please go to thevelvetsnatch.com/donate and give what you can. Please. See you next week for the final at Boulevard, though. Goodbye.